This segment is about adding shapes and charts and graphs to slides as well as formatting shapes. So we'll start by just opening up a slide and then going to Insert Shapes. From here we can choose the shape that we would like to use, and so we'll just choose this option and it will automatically come in at a square size, but you can make various modifications. So for example, if we wanted this to have a white background, for example, we could set it up as such. We can also type text in here. We can determine how we want the text to appear. So for example, here, if we wanted the text to be a specific color, we can do that. We can also determine line width, fill, etc. to meet your needs. So from there, what you can do is you can change your shapes, and you can also determine if you want this particular shape to be the default layout. So you can right click, set as default shape. When we do that, whenever we insert a new shape, regardless of what that shape may be, it will come in already set up for consistent formatting to this item. And then you would just, of course, be able to size it however it was appropriate for your needs and do anything that you would need to do to it. You also have the ability to edit your shape in the form of changing a shape. So for example, here, if you wanted to change the shape, you could easily do that. If you then wanted to change the edit points, you can do that as well and just move them about in any way that would be appropriate for your needs. So that is how you would add shapes and you would format shapes. We're now going to go over creating and formatting charts and graphs. So to do that, we'll just open up a new slide that would be appropriate for charts and graphs. We can come over here and we can choose whichever item we feel would be best for our needs. So for example, here, if we want to do a bar chart, we can add our bar chart by double clicking. We can, of course, enter our data if we need to do so. So we could replace this information or add information, and we'll just call this series 4. And then you'll see that we do have all of this information available for our use. Well, there may be a situation where you need to edit your data, so you would just click out, and then if you double click, it will bring up a field so that you can do your fills. So if you wanted a solid fill, you could choose a color, for example. If you wanted a border, you could add whatever border you may want. You can add additional information such as any shadows that you may want. You can also modify the size, the position on the page, any alt text if you needed accessibility options. So all of this is available for you, and you also have the ability to come right through here in your design tab and click through, and it will allow you to provide various options all based on your specific color theme. This would probably be one of the most appropriate. You can also change your color selections. So if you wanted it to be a series of dark blues, light blues, greens, orange, yellow, etc., you can do that as well. You also have the ability to change your fonts. So if, for example, you wanted all of the fonts to be this color, default color, we can certainly do that. We can also come here, change various options from this pane. We also have the ability to change specific items as far as the properties of the chart and graph. So we do have our chart elements here. So for example, if we wanted to change the data labels, we can do that. Right now they're on the inside end. We can send it to the outside end. That may be more appropriate for this need. We can also change our layouts. So we have various layout options that are available by default, and you can choose the one that is most appropriate for your specific needs. So for example, if we wanted this option, we can do that, but then we can also add additional options to it. So for example, from here, if we wanted to add another element such as a data table, we can add a data table to the end and it will automatically format for you. So it does allow for a great deal of flexibility while still keeping the intended fonts as well as the intended color scheme. So that is how you would work with charts and graphs. Thank you.